Hi all, happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend and a wonderful, I almost said Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're moving on to the next holiday. A wonderful Halloween. So let's jump right in and hopefully y'all stayed safe if you did go out, maybe trunk or treat. I know a lot of churches do that, and some communities that are really family, deep with families and stuff like that. Like, an HOA will organize it and stuff like that. Hopefully, you had something good to do on Halloween. And then I had let my fangs out a little bit and let's see, put on my eyeshadow that I almost never, ever wear. Makes my face feel funny. Uh, so, never did get used to the feel of makeup on my face. So, all right, we are starting with the mindset mastery as usual, and I hope y'all are getting ready and that you're going to have a great week. I got a good feeling about the early days of November, especially since we got our hour of sleep back. Thank God for that. I don't know about y'all, but I really, really, really miss that hour when they take it away in the springtime. Um, I wish they would just leave it alone. Anybody else? Anybody else wish they would just leave it alone? If so, go ahead and please hit like and drop a comment down there. Let me know how it affects you. I know it makes me cranky. It makes me sluggish. It makes me slower than usual. Which I got two speeds. I got neutral and I got park. So other than that, we are moving on to the Mindset Mastery card, and it says, I am meant to do what brings me joy. My gifts and talents are my contribution to the world. And yes, they are. So everybody has something special about them, a talent, a gift, a part of their nature that is meant to not just serve them, of course, and by serving your own joy, in doing something that you love, you actually bring joy to other people. Especially because the fact that you show them that a life of joy is possible. So you lead the way with light, as it were. And there's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be people who have those toxic folks in their lives that just go, you changed and you're not the same person you always were. Yeah, because I'm following my light and my life and my desires. I'm not being your whipping post anymore. So, and on the back side of the card, it says, identify your passions and talents. Take time to explore your interests and skills, and make a list of activities or pursuits that bring you joy and align with your natural talents. This self-discovery process helps you understand what truly brings you joy and how you can use your gifts to make a meaningful contribution to the world. So, makes sense. In other words, what we used to do when we were young, when we found out what we liked to do, we played. Now, this weekend was a perfect example for me because I played in the kitchen. To me, playing around in the kitchen is relaxing. I mean, I usually almost always have a main intent. Yes, I'm going to cook my stuff for the week. This particular weekend, I did a double batch of chicken soup. I had 2 Cornish hens that have been sitting in the freezer for quite a while. So I decided to use them and cook them each in separate pots. Identical ingredients for each pot, identical quantity for each pot. But I am trying to make a habit of getting something a little bit more nourishing in the morning than the typical, shall we say, easy grab and go stuff. So when both of the pots were done and I had stripped the meat off of both of the Cornish hens, what I did was I drained out the smaller pot into a big bowl, of course, and used a nylon sieve that I have to catch all the vegetables and everything like that, and then put the vegetables into the big pot. And once I was done stripping the chicken, or the Cornish hen, like I said, once I was done stripping that, then I just put all the meat back into the big pot. And I saved the broth from the little pot. And I've got that in the freezer, and I can bring, I've got it in a couple of jars, or actually I've got it split between one of those hot cold like Cody cups, and then the other one is a protein drink shaker that I have. So, but it's pretty big, so I figured I'll bring those, one of those to work with me on Monday, or actually, because I am recording this on Sunday, so I'll bring one of those to work with me on Monday, and I should get, you know, at least 2 8-ounce servings out of it, so I can have a cup of homemade broth in the morning to kind of tide me over. And then I'll bring one of the containers of actual soup, because now it's very stew-like, and have that for lunch, have a cup of that for lunch too. So it is a little bit different because you get the meat and the veggies, and it's really good. I also made Parmesan chips because I had some grated Parmesan sitting in the fridge. So cookie sheet, patted them down, threw on some everything but the bagel seasoning. I'm almost out of that. 400 degrees for 11 minutes. They got nice and crisp. So I've got Parmesan crisps. And then I ground up some chicharrones and put some more of this, three cheese style Mexican shredded cheese that I needed to use, because otherwise it starts getting bad. Mixed it all up and then put a little bit of extra Parmesan on it. Patted it down on the cookie sheet or on the Silpat. Same thing, 400 degrees or 410 degrees for, I think this one was about 10 minutes, so I don't think it got to that last minute. And then just let it cool before you take it off the Silpat, and they turned out great. I just sort of broke them up. Great for scooping up like leftover hummus and stuff like that I have, or put a cucumber on it with some leftover hummus. Very good stuff. All right, so, sorry, and today I'm going to play around with some other stuff, and I'll let you know how that goes, if it goes. One of them, I'm going to make some peanut butter pumpkin cookies. I have the recipe for that. I know the recipe for that by heart, so by the back of my hand. The other one I want to try and do is I want to try and do some drop frying. I want to make some fritters, some chicharrone fritters with pumpkin pie spice. I mean, it's literally just the seasoning for the pumpkin pie that you use. So it's not pumpkin spice everything, but it's actually just... Anyway, I'll let you know how that goes. So we are moving on to our Rethink deck. And the first card, which is the top card, is honesty. Ooh, okay. Yeah, sometimes we all have a little bit of trouble with this one. I am honest with myself and others, creating authentic connections and relationships. I speak my truth with compassion and integrity, fostering trust and understanding. By being genuine and transparent, I invite deeper connections and cultivate supportive network that enriches my life. So, yeah, it's really, really hard sometimes to be honest about certain stuff. That's why when I was younger, I was tact was not a strong point of mine. I was just told to just, spit it out. If you're going to be honest about something, if you're going to say something, just spit it out. So tact and diplomacy came along a lot later in my life than it should have. But those are two qualities that actually come along with empathy. So if you have something that might be uncomfortable to say to somebody, try and make sure that you understand how they might feel about what you're going to say. And we all fail. Sometimes I still fail, especially when I've reached a breaking point in something and I've just pushed it too far and can't handle something anymore. I do still just kind of spit it out. But most of the time I try to be very, very conscious of how somebody else might be feeling and how they might take what I have to say. So I do try to be very diplomatic and sensitive. But You can be diplomatic and sensitive and honest all at the same time. It just takes a lot of effort. So when you can do that, though, you are honoring your authenticity. So it's just something that people love to use as a buzzword, but very rarely actually know how to use their authenticity properly. And we're all working at it, so nobody's perfect. God knows, yeah, I'm about as far from perfect as you can get. But we try, and the effort is the most important part. And the last rethink card is boldness. Ooh, haven't had this one before. With unwavering courage, I fearlessly embark on the pursuit of my goals and dreams, recognizing the inherent power within me to manifest them. Fear is but a fleeting presence, unable to hinder my progress as I take bold and decisive action towards the realization of my vision. Great, just what I needed to hear. So I'm working on expanding my coaching business into something, utilizing a couple of things that I have, certifications that I have. So as you know, I just got my wellness coaching certification this past December, so almost a year ago now. But I've been doing it technically for a long time. I've been basically coaching and guiding and advising clients since I broke into healthcare through being a massage therapist. But now that I actually have the coaching certification, I also have a hypnotherapy certification. So I am a certified hypnotherapist. And with my 35 years experience in healthcare, or more than 35 years of experience in healthcare, my God. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. One of the techniques that I like to use, or that I have used, that goes along with hypnotherapy is actually subliminal audios. So I've done some work in creating audios and stuff like that, particularly for myself, and when I do narrations for ACX or anything like that. So I'm accustomed to working with audios and with various audio equipment, but doing the subliminal part is, and doing it to a point where it's professional enough to actually be able to sell it, is a learning process for me. Because I mean, like, what's good for me, it's my affirmations, it's my subconscious prompts, it's my internal programming. But in order to provide the best quality for my clients, then I'm breaking into that too. So I'm still doing some studying on it, and I'm practicing with the easier two types of subliminals that I actually already know. They're easy to do, they're no problem. The masking is not a problem, but you can get really, really nice and technical with it so that you can get some super deep stuff going on, and that's what I'm working on. So there's my boldness. That's my thing. And I have to get out there and sell it. So anyway, if you like what you see here, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And of course, do please leave a comment. Let me know how things are working for you. Let me know, what was that first thing that we were talking about here? I don't know. It's back at the beginning. I can't read it in the dark. But yeah, feel free to put things down in the comments. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know what the hardest part of honesty is for you. Let me know if you like what I'm doing, because if you don't, and right now it's kind of like I look at my subs and I look at my watches, and you know, I'm just getting the feeling that maybe this isn't something that I should actually be worrying about recording anymore. So let me know what you think, and if you do know somebody who can benefit from this, please do like, subscribe, and share, most importantly. And actually, most importantly is comment. Let me know how you're doing. And if I can help you, please do contact me through all my information, my link tree, everything. My link tree is a beacons tree, so that's in the description down below. Other than that, have a great week. And it's a new beginning, a new month, a new beginning. We are heading into winter, and it's time to actually kind of close in a little bit and feel what you need for yourself. I know that with the SNAP stuff that's been going on, I think the courts ordered that SNAP has to be funded. So the funding might be late, but if that's the case, if you have online services, if you're lucky enough to have online services, go on to ChatGPT. You can use a free version of it, and you can put in a list of stuff that you have in your pantry things. And it can help you figure out recipes and things to help stretch what you've got in your pantry. Like I said, the things that I'm going to be experimenting with, the couple of bags of chicharrones that I've had them for like 3 months, so I gotta use them, and they're probably not too nice and freshly crispy. So the best way to do that is to try and find a way to cook something with them. But anyway, and again, same thing with the chicken soup or the hen soup. It's just that they were less expensive when I bought them, so they were on sale. But they've been sitting in the freezer for too long. Gotta use them. And this should last for quite a while, and hopefully you've got something in your pantry that you can stretch out a little bit too. Please be safe, please stay well, and I hope to see you again very shortly, and have a great week. If you can, come back, listen to my podcast on Wednesday. I think that I'm probably going to stay on this little, tech for how to kind of stretch things out and utilize your budget, since that's one of my big things right now. I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about it on the podcast, but I had a massive expense most recently, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it paid off before the interest kicks in. I have 6 months of 0% interest, and I'm trying to get that paid off so before the interest kicks in. And again, with ChatGPT's help, I really found a good way that hopefully I think I can stick with. Anyway, blessings. I'm sorry this is so long, for a wonderful season of rest and slumber and recuperation. So many blessings to you. Thank you very much for being here. Again, stay well, stay safe, and try and stay sane. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.